time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way.
Welcome back one and all. I'm Scott with Off-Grid Stoves and More. Today I'm making a real quick short for a client, so I thought I might as well at least make it for the channel for the rest of you out there that might be in need. Today's video is in regards to where are my motors and electronics located on my Austroflamm and Rika. Not much discussion, just talking about the location, and if by chance you happen to want to know where all the gaskets are, here is the video that you can find in the description, which will talk about all the gaskets and the high temps silicone locations and so forth. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with the user control board. Now, if you have a freestand model like you're looking at, or if you have an insert model, the only difference is obviously going to be you're going to have a shroud around your insert model, and your user control board that you see here is going to be mounted on the shroud. Otherwise, this is your digital user control board. On your pre-2006, you will have a potentiometer style user control board. Next thing, in order to access the user control or to get into either side of the stove, you'll have to take your side panels off. Next, after removing the side panel, we see the air sensor on the air inlet tube. We see the motherboard. We see the horizontal clean out door. Different shapes for different years of stove. The last year for the pre-2006 did have a round door, which has confused several people over the last few months, questioning whether or not they had a Rika or an Austroflamm. Right here is your high limit switch. That's these wires going up, and the high limit switch attaches to the body of the stove. Okay. On the Rika 2006, you have a door safety switch, and this is where the connector is located, that you disconnect it here in order to access the switch inside the hopper in order to work on it or remove it. Okay, so right there, you have just found all of those parts, which is the high limit, the air sensor, the motherboard, the door switch connector, and the horizontal clean out door. Let me move the camera around to show you the back. Okay, here's the back of the stove. This door is normally sitting right there. All you do is remove the 4 screws, drop it down, and what you find is the auger motor, okay? And you would end up disconnecting it right here where the tightening screw is located, and then the motor will drop right off after you disconnect the motor wires. Right here is the fuse body, where if you feel as though that you blew a fuse, you're going to go back here in order to change it out. Okay, simple enough. Let's move on to the other side. Okay, this is the left side of the stove when you're facing it. Here is your convection fan. It takes 4 screws to remove the convection fan, 2 right here on this side, and 2 on the opposite side. And then the convection fan will pull out this direction. Okay, here is your combustion fan housing, motor, and here is your low limit snap disc. Okay, so low limit is talked about quite a bit. So these are the two wires here that if by chance you ever have to talk to me and I talk to you about testing the low limit, this is where you'll go. You'll take these two wires off and you'll take the wires and you will connect them together with a paper clip or something conductive. So if you guys need any help whatsoever, please email us at offgridstoves@gmail.com. If by chance you know for a fact that you need a particular part, go to austroflammparts.com or rikaparts.com and you will see our e-commerce site. You can then, if by chance you have a question or two, you can go ahead and ask us through the e-commerce site. We then will ask you to email us at offgridstoves@gmail.com. That way we begin a record with your name, which stove you have, what we've discussed. So in the future, if you have any problems, all we have to do is go back and take a look under your name and we will see what we've discussed, what type of issues your stove has had, and it'll bring us up to speed right quick. We appreciate all your support out there. Happy burning. Peace. This is a real quick short in order to show you how to remove the side panel here off of your Austroflamm Rika. As you can see here, there is your side panel. And if you look right inside, you will see I put two silver screws there for them to stand out. And as you can see, it is screwed down, holding the panel tab that slips through the wall of the hopper. And if you unscrew those two center screws, your side panel can be removed. Okay, here is my beautiful assistant. She is taking out the two center screws. There's one. There's two. Now what she's going to do is she's just going to grab the panel and then pop it off. And in the freestanding model, it does not slide into the top here. It actually has screws that go through your hopper that attach right here like so, that you will see inside. It's going to be two screws about this far apart on both sides. You just take that out and then you're just going to tilt it away. This here is the freestanding panel that has your control board here. You will see the screws that are holding, you know, whether it's a freestanding control side panel or any of the other panels, which I've already taken down here. And that'll pretty much get you on your way of opening your stove up. Anytime that you change a fuse, if you have to check wiring, if you have to clean it, service it in any way, just unplug it. Really quick short about removing your side panels on your Rika. It can be frustrating due to the fact that most people have a problem with the back panel here. Okay, let's start with the front panel. The front panel overlaps the back panel, and the way that you remove it is there are two screws inside of the hopper on the wall. So if you look inside of your hopper, you will see the two screws that are attaching this front panel to the stove. And I have it just hand tightened here. So you take out the two screws. I only had one screw holding it for the video, and go ahead and lift it out. Okay, now the back panel here is the one that people can't figure out. So the first thing that you have to do is on the back of the stove, there is a screw that is holding the panel to the back of the body. Okay, so you end up removing that. And then here on the front of the stove, underneath your ceramic top, okay, pick it up, remove it, and you've got these 4 bolts that are at the back. You want to loosen these to the point to where, well, you can either take them all the way out, or you can loosen them to the point to where they're just about ready to fall out. Okay, then the next thing that happens is once that screw is removed in the back, you will lift your panel and tilt it out. Okay? That's all there is. Just reverse the cycle when you put it back together and make sure that you tighten everything down up here so that you don't have any rattles. Alrighty? If you have any questions, email us at offgridstoves@gmail.com. If you need any parts, austroflammparts.com. You guys stay safe out there. Peace.